and welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are here today. We are going to be finishing 4 books that I'm currently in the middle of before 2026. A Heart for Christmas by Sophie Jo Main is an advent calendar book. I talked about this in my winter TBR and recommendations video. Each chapter is a day in December and you're supposed to read one a day. This follows our main character April. She's recently had a very serious heart transplant surgery, so she's been taking life very slowly and trying to ease her way back into things. Her best friend's brother is there and tries to help her get back into skiing and taking life more adventurously. So it is a young adult romance following the two of them. Then Fake Skating by Lynn Painter. This follows our female main character, Dani. She goes back to her mother's hometown for her senior year of high school, and a guy that she was best friends with growing up, Alec, is there, and he is the king of hockey in their town, and they end up fake dating. So, fake skating. And then this is also a young adult romance. The audiobook that we're listening to, which is The Inmate by Freida McFadden, this follows... what's her freaking name? Brooke? I think her name's Brooke. This follows Brooke. It follows Brooke. 10 years ago, she had a very serious and tragic thing happen to her, and then she's dealing with repercussions for that throughout her life. We get the past of what happened then, and then we also get the present of what's currently going on in her life. And I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give anything away in any book that I'm recommending. It doesn't all take place in a prison. I'll say like maybe 30% of the book, 25% of the book takes place in the prison. So it's not too ambient of a prison. And then lastly, Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. This follows Beth, Nicole, and Michael, 3 siblings that went their separate ways in adulthood but have to come together whenever their mother passes away. Growing up, their father went missing and they've been trying to figure out why he left and where he is now. And they discover a lot of stuff in their childhood home, and it's really good. So this one's also a thriller. Okay, so we have a lot of books to get through in this video. Keep watching to see what I end up reading all of them, and to just get Christmas ambiance. We're on winter break. We're gonna go book shopping. We're gonna just talk about books that we like, and that's pretty much it. Also, it looks like I've completed the majority of these books now because I forgot to film an intro early on in the filming process of this video. So, I actually do know more now about these books than the me that you're about to see does. I hope that makes sense. Shower, and now I'm going to read a little bit more. So I really want to try to finish Fake Skating today. I think I got to 1 hour and 15 minutes left in the book. I am really excited to finish it. I started to read around 5 and then I took a break because I'm watching a show. It got really good. Usually whenever I'm really tired and I go into bed and pick up a book, I do it to help myself fall asleep faster, but just something happened and I was like, okay, I can stay awake a little bit longer. We are going to read a little bit more of Fake Skating now. Also, my best friend Grace and I have been reading Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. As I mentioned, we've been reading it for like 2 months now, but she mentioned today that she'd like to read it a little bit on our own time, and I think we will do that. So Grace and the sink gurgles, so sorry for you to be hearing that right now. Grace and I are always talking on Snapchat. What we do to converse with each other is we just send Snapchat videos, and it's basically like FaceTiming but on our own time, and lasts continuously. We've been doing this since August, and it's just been a continuous everyday thing. Whenever we have time to talk to each other, we send a video, and it's very fun. We'll just decide on a number of chapters to read, and then read it on our own time, and then send videos to each other whenever we have a second to. When we hang out in person, we've been reading the book, but we haven't been able to hang out in person that much because of finals and everything. So I am excited to do this tonight if that is what Grace is able to do too. Sorry if all of that sounded redundant. I just took a shower, obviously, and whenever I do, it's a workout, and everything shower is a workout. It's very rewarding because I feel clean and before I felt filthy, but it's a workout to shave your entire body, to wash your hair. My hair, I don't even think you can see all of my hair in the freaking camera. I have long hair, you guys. It is not fun to wash, brush, blow dry, so respect. Give me some respect. Okay, but let's go read. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention that I finished A Heart for Christmas last night, and while last night was only the 21st of December, I have been absolutely hating that book, and I just really needed to get through it. So that's another book that Grace and I were reading together, and we were trying to do it like an Advent book every day, but like I said, we've both been busy with finals and work and everything. So we've had to read a few chapters in one day, then wait a few days and do more. Every time I read it, it was torture. There was just something about the dialogue that I absolutely hated. And I didn't like the plot that much either. I didn't like any of the characters. So Grace got it for an audiobook, and then she finished it, and I was like, okay, let me just get it over with too. So last night I got the B-roll of opening up the 21st of December, and then I just opened up all the rest of them and skimmed through it, and I can finally say that I'm done with it, but I rated it 1 star. I absolutely hated it. I love the concept of being able to open up a new chapter every day, especially with each of them being titled December 1st, and then it's the character going through the 1st of December and so on and so forth. But it could have been written so much better. It could have been, I don't know. I noticed while reading it that it had been translated from French, so maybe it's just something lost in translation. Maybe if you had originally read this in French, you'd be able to understand it better because that's just how the language works. But in English, it was torture. Sorry. 1 star. If you liked it, I'm not coming at you and saying you shouldn't have liked it. If you liked it, that's your taste, and I'm so glad that you did, especially with it being a little bit more on the pricier side. But for my personal preference, I did not like it. So that's the update on that book. I can't believe I forgot to say that, but we have completed 1 book so far in this video. Yay, go us. Okay, now let's go read some more Fig Skating. Okay guys, so I just finished Fig Skating, and I think I'm sitting at a 4.5 stars. It was really good, but there are just some plot points that were too cheesy. If some things had been a little bit less perfect for the characters, it was too much of a happy ending. I'm just gonna say that. 4.5 stars. It would have been a 5 stars if they had to go through a little bit more hardship. Okay, you guys, I read a little bit more of Home is Where the Bodies Are last night with Grace, and we're really liking it, and then this morning we decided to keep reading more. So we're, I think, 170 pages in by now. We're really liking it. And I can't believe that we finished 2 books already in this video. We're making great progress. Today we're actually going to be going to a bookstore. There is an independent bookstore in this town that I live in, and I think it's so amazing that I'm able to just walk to stores like that. Like, there is a bookstore, I don't know, 10 minutes away from my apartment. That's crazy. So I'm going to be walking there. I'm so excited to go book shopping during the Christmas season. I can't wait. So if I buy anything, I will let you know, but I'm honestly just going for vibes. And then I'm also going to be getting Chipotle. Chipotle has been my favorite fast food since living here. I get a kid's quesadilla with barbacoa, double white rice, and then a little cup of mild salsa for my chips. And you get a drink, and it's $4.82. Crazy. And it's so good. It's so good. Oh, and I get the green Tabasco too. So I'm so excited to get that after a little book shopping excursion. We have finished 2 books already in this video. We have 2 more left, and they're the thrillers. And I feel like it's going to be quite easy to get through those because thrillers are usually a little bit easier for me to get into because I love to know what the plot twist is. I love to be intrigued. So I'm really liking these 2 that we are in the middle of, and I can't wait to see what we end up rating them. So yeah, let's see if I can get any B-roll at the bookstore because I get a little nervous filming in public, but I'm so excited. It is the next day, and I realized that my audiobook for The Inmate is on Libby, and it's due tomorrow. So we have only today to finish it, but thankfully I only have 41 minutes left. So, sorry, grabbing a big thing. I'm going to online shop and just listen to it while I do that. So I've been listening to audiobook while I work out, while I clean, while I cook, while I just do normal stuff that I would like to be reading during, but I can't. We are going to just online shop. Try to chill and treat myself for a bit, and then I'll let you know what I end up buying after. I also need to show you what I ended up buying at the bookstore yesterday. There is 41 minutes left, and I listened to it on 2 times speed, so it won't take us that long to get through it.
I have to do this for Josh. I can't let that monster steal it.
Wow. A Freida McFadden audiobook is top tier. That book, though, I kind of saw the plot twist coming. I figured out 2 things that were supposed to be the plot twist. So what I like about thrillers is the intrigue and not really knowing what's going to happen. I like to be shocked, but because I wasn't shocked, I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5 star, unfortunately. I love her writing, don't get me wrong, but she can sometimes do a plot twist a lot better than that. So that's why I'm sticking at the 3.5 star. I figured that the best way to show you guys what I ended up buying would be just to put it on the screen. So I ended up shopping on Depop and ThredUp because those are 2 thrifting websites. When I shop in person, I don't even go to the mall anymore. I go to Goodwill or I go to Plato's Closet. Online, I do the same. I'm not going to buy anything full price because, hey, I am in the middle of getting my master's degree. I just can't. I hate, nope, cannot afford it. So on Depop, I bought 2 sweatshirts. I was looking for bookish sweatshirts. I really wanted one that said something about reading, but I couldn't find any that I wanted at the price point that I wanted. So I ended up getting Taylor Swift themed sweatshirts. One has lyrics from one of my favorite songs of Taylor Swift, which is Would've, Could've, Should've on the Midnights album. And it is Now That I'm Grown, I'm Scared of Ghosts. I cannot wait to wear that shirt. And I got one that is a heart, and then in the heart are a lot of little items that correlate to Taylor Swift, like 13, a cardigan, a guitar, cats, wine glass. And then on ThredUp, I looked for bookish sweatshirts again, and I actually did find one. Now, this is one that Sarah Caroli has worn in her videos, and I can't believe I found it on here. It is the All This Late Night Reading Can Get You Off of My Mind Harry Styles themed, bookish themed sweatshirt. Yes, please sign me up. And then I got a comfy pair of pants. I really want more loungewear. I feel like I wear a lot of loungewear in my current phase of life, and these pants are super cute, the black and white stripes. I highly recommend thrifting before actually going to the store and purchasing anything. Now let's look into what I got yesterday. I will say the selection at this bookstore isn't that extensive because it is an independent bookstore in a downtown area, but they did have 3 books that were on my radar that I've really been wanting to read. So, The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. I have really been wanting to read this. I keep hitting the Christmas tree. I think coming of age is one of my favorite genres in books, and this is one of the quintessential coming of age novels. It's a classic and everybody talks about it, so I can't wait to read it. It's also very short, I think. It's 180 pages, so I cannot wait to read that. I found Six of Crows. I'm going to read it. If you know anything about me, I'm not the biggest fan of fantasy. I just can't really ever get into it. But this is a young adult fantasy, so it should be easier to get into. I am intrigued. Let me know what you think of this duology, if you have ever had the pleasure of reading it. I cannot wait for this one. Last Christmas, my grandma got me the box set of the first 4 Heartstopper books, and I read all 4 of them this year. I spread it out so I wouldn't read them all in one sitting, but I finally have the 5th and final Heartstopper graphic novel. Now, I know that in between this one and the 4th one, there is a novella called This Winter, so I actually downloaded it on my Kindle so I can read that soon, and then read this. And then these are just 2 little trinkets that we got because it's like a bookstore that sells little things too. So we got this pen that says "Being mean to me is illegal." I think that that's adorable. And then this cat sticker book. It says that these stickers are reusable. I don't know. I've never heard of reusable stickers before. It says that they're made with non-toxic soy-based ink. I don't know. It's for kids. I don't care. I love cats. I will use the stickers. So that is the haul. Can you believe that we have finished 3 books already? And I have only been filming for 3 days. So, no, 4 days. 4 days we have been filming and we finished these books. I have been listening to the audiobook of Home is Where the Bodies Are for the past few days, and I'm actually a lot further in than my bookmark is showing us. I just got to chapter 41 in the audiobook, which is page 236. So we have about 40-ish pages left, and I'm going to continue listening to the audiobook. I thought instead of online shopping like we did to finish The Inmate, let's work on my reading journal. I've had all of my reading journal supplies just in my car, and long story short, my car had to get towed last week, and I had to get all of my stuff out of it, so this was included. This is my reading journal. It's so tiny compared to everything in the bag, but I thought, what better way to end this video than by ending the year with working on the reading journal. I started this in January, and I don't think I've updated it since April. April's the last month that I was working on it, and I have monthly spreads. I think I'm just gonna fill in stuff for the months. I do have other spreads, and we could maybe talk about this some other time, but like series, my favorites of each month I have to do, and then This tracker I'll have to end up doing. This, my book of the year, I don't know yet. I mean, I have a guess. But this is something that I'd like to print out the book covers for. I had some goals that I don't think have been met. Yeah, we got the monthly spreads. So I think what I'm going to do while we finish the audiobook for Home is Where the Bodies Are is just work on this. So let's get into it. I just finished going through my reading journal and I finished the audiobook for Home is Where the Bodies Are. So first, here is a flip through of all the months that I have so far. I only have half of all of the months of 2025 completed so far, but that's only because I only did the base for January to June with the month and then the washi tape and everything set up. So if I would go through July to December, I'd have to do all this base stuff again, and that would just take so much time, and I really don't feel like gluing stuff now. Like, I had glued down wrap up and the month and everything, and I don't feel like that now. So I just did all of the writing. I took everything from Goodreads. I did all the writing, and I made pie charts. June is the only one that I didn't have a circle cut out for the pie chart. Like, I had a white circle cut out for all the other months. So June, that's not a circle. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's definitely not a circle. We're done with that for now. I finished listening to Home is Where the Bodies Are, and I do have a rating for you. It is a 5-star. It's a 5-star. I really liked it. I don't want to give anything away because it is a thriller, and the whole joy in reading a thriller is not knowing what happens. I do highly recommend Geneva Rose is a very lyrical writer. She had a very passionate acknowledgements section too that just helped me understand more of about her as a writer, and she just is so passionate, and you can tell. It was actually going to be a 4.5 star for me, but then I don't know if it was technically an epilogue or if it was just like a few months later, and you know, but that part is what got it for me to be a 5-star. I hope that you guys enjoyed following along with me to finish all the books that I was currently in the middle of. It was 4 books. I think my favorite out of all of them was Home is Where the Bodies Are, if I'm being so honest. It was my highest rated book, and it was the most fun to read, maybe because I was buddy reading it with my friend, but also because it was a thriller and I was on the edge of my seat. For Fake Skating, I could kind of tell what was going to happen, so it didn't really make it that much fun. This book I absolutely hated and do not recommend, but The Inmate was pretty good, and I do recommend that audiobook. Well, that's enough said. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you all enjoyed your holiday season. Happy New Year's! I hope that you all enjoyed 2025. It was a rough one for me, but I'm glad for it to be over, for a fresh start. Let me know if there's any other videos that you'd like to see me do, and please leave a thumbs up on this video and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I love to see the positive affirmations from you guys. Okay, bye!